When most people hear the word sexual fantasy, they immediately think of men. The stereotype is that men are the ones with wild imaginations, while women are quiet, reserved, and passive. But the truth is far from that. Women have fantasies, sometimes even more vivid, more emotional, and more daring than men. The difference is that many women stay silent about them. Why? Because they are afraid of being judged. Because society tells them that a woman should be pure, modest, and restrained. Because they fear that if their partner knew, he would misunderstand or reject them. But fantasies are not dirty. They are not betrayal. They are simply part of human imagination, shaped by curiosity, desire, and emotion. And here's the powerful truth. When a man understands what women fantasize about, he doesn't just learn about sex, he learns about her heart, her psychology, and her hidden desires. So let's explore together the 10 most popular fantasies women secretly have. And as you listen, remember, not every woman has every fantasy, but almost all will recognize at least one of them. Number 1. Spontaneous encounters. Routine is the silent killer of passion. Many women secretly crave sudden, unplanned intimacy. It might be in the car after a date, in the shower before work, or even in a quiet corner of the house where the risk of being caught adds excitement. It's not really about the location. It's about the feeling of being wanted right here, right now, of being desired so strongly that her partner can't wait another second. That urgency, that raw hunger, makes her feel alive. And for many women, this fantasy is about breaking the dull rhythm of routine and feeling passion burst through again. Number 2. Group experiences. This one may surprise you, but it's more common than you think. Some women imagine being in situations with more than one partner, not necessarily because they want it in real life, but because the fantasy allows them to explore freedom, curiosity, and intensity. It's not about numbers, it's about liberation. It's about the thrill of being admired, desired, and free from judgment. Most of the time, this fantasy never leaves her mind. But even imagining it gives her a sense of exploration she cannot express in her daily life. Number 3. Taking control. In daily life, many women are caretakers. They handle responsibilities at work, at home, with family. But in their fantasies, the script flips. Here, she is the one in charge. She gives commands, takes the lead, decides how things will unfold. Sometimes this looks like playful domination. Sometimes it's simply being the one who decides. For many women, this fantasy isn't about power over a man. It's about freedom. Freedom to let go of expectations. Freedom to express a hidden side of herself, bold, daring, and unapologetic. Number 4. Being watched. Imagine being so desired that someone wants to watch you in your most vulnerable, intimate state. For some women, this thought alone is electrifying. It's not about performance, it's about validation. The idea that she is irresistibly attractive, admired, and wanted. Even if this never happens in reality, the fantasy itself boosts her confidence. It allows her to embrace her sensuality without shame, even if only in her mind. Number 5. The boss scenario. Roleplay has always been a powerful tool for fantasy, and one of the most common scenarios for women is the boss. Why the boss? Because it represents authority, tension, and the forbidden. The thrill of crossing boundaries that shouldn't be crossed. For some, the fantasy is about obedience. For others, it's about resistance and defiance. But at the heart of it is tension, the push and pull between power and desire. That tension fuels excitement, and in her imagination, it feels irresistible. Number 6. Intimacy with another woman. This might surprise some men, but even women who aren't attracted to other women often imagine this. It's not about replacing her male partner, it's about curiosity. Women often see other women as softer, more attentive, and more understanding of the female body. The fantasy is about exploring that tenderness, that curiosity, and experiencing pleasure from a completely different perspective. For many, this is not about identity. It's about discovery, a safe way to explore something new without consequences. Number 7. Playing the role of a seductress. Sometimes, a woman doesn't want to be herself. She wants to step into another role, like a dancer, a seductress, or even a sex worker in a safe, playful context. This doesn't mean she wants this life in reality. It means she wants to unleash an alter ego, a version of herself that is fearless, daring, and completely uninhibited. In this fantasy, she doesn't worry about judgment. She doesn't think about rules or expectations. She simply becomes pure desire, pure expression. Number 8. 2 men at once. Just as many men fantasize about 2 women, women often imagine the reverse. The fantasy of 2 men desiring her, touching her, and giving her full attention. This isn't about betrayal. It's about intensity. It's about being the center of attention, with no part of her ignored or left untouched. For many, this fantasy is the ultimate symbol of being fully wanted, fully seen, and fully desired. Number 9. Experiencing life as a man. Some fantasies go beyond the bedroom. Some women imagine living as a man for one night. They imagine having his body, his strength, his sexuality. They wonder what it feels like to take the role of the pursuer instead of the pursued. Sometimes this involves role play, costumes, or toys. But at the heart, it's about curiosity, the desire to understand the opposite side of intimacy from a new perspective. Number 10. The rough scenario. Finally, one of the most common yet taboo fantasies, being overpowered. This doesn't mean women want harm. It's about trust. It's about surrendering control in a safe, consensual space. The excitement comes from contrast. In daily life, she might be independent, strong, and in control. But in her fantasy, she lets go completely, allowing herself to be vulnerable and free. This surrender, mixed with passion, creates intensity that feels unforgettable. So, what can men learn from all of this? First, fantasies are normal. They are not signs of weakness, infidelity, or betrayal. They are simply reflections of imagination. Second, most women will never share these fantasies unless they feel safe, which means the more you listen without judgment, the more she will trust you with her hidden world. And third, fantasies are not the enemy of love. They can be the spark that keeps love burning. They can bring freshness to routine, passion to daily life, and intimacy that goes beyond the physical. So the next time you wonder what's going on inside her mind, remember this. Women's fantasies are not something to fear. They are something to understand, respect, and even celebrate. Because at the end of the day, intimacy is not just about bodies. It's about imagination, vulnerability, and the courage to explore together.